Well, hello, and welcome back to the PJH Writing Command Center. I'm Paul John Househaven of God Bless the Cake Publishing, LLC, and we are here today on a beautiful mid-September 2023 day in Central Virginia, and it has been one horrific summer. Wow. Couple days 101 with a heat index of 118 with the humidity, but it's over now. The dog days are over. Lawrence, thank you. But we're here for another one of our rated series. And I'm the flagship author, chief photographer, music critic, music reviewer, all around jack of all trades for God Bless the Cake Publishing. And today we want to rate the 5 best studio albums of my favorite band, Dire Straits, led by the incomparable guitarist Mark Knopfler, and we'll talk about Mr. Knopfler in another video. Maybe I'll rate my 5 best guitarists of all time. Not going to give anything away. But Dire Straits held down the 80s after prog rock kind of went out of vogue and on the cusp of grunge and punk and all the crazy things that happened in the music world. Dire Straits was always a constant presence, if you want to call them pub rock or influence rock or just general blues rock. Hard to classify Straits. And we'll talk more about that when we get to one of their recordings. But certainly MTV has a lot to be thankful for Dire Straits. The famous videos with Money for Nothing, that incredible riff and the falsetto from Sting, the cool little video with the guy moving the appliances, cartoon-like, the beautiful Roller Girl from Skate Away, and that cool video. The Brothers in Arms, that great black and white video, touching song. Dire Straits, and maybe on the other end, you know, with the college rock sound, you had REM, right, with kind of a true rock and roll sound. But at any rate, here we go, the 5 best, and they only had 6 studio records, which is an amazing thing. And Knopfler disbanded Straits when they were the biggest band in the world. And I want to say the estimates are, I don't use notes here, 130 million records sold with just, you know, those 6 studios and some live recordings. Alchemy, by the way, woof, what a live recording that is. Coming in at number 5 is the debut album, Dire Straits. And of course, this contains the song that put them on the map and made them Sultans of Swing. But it has a lot of other great songs too. Wild West End is one of my favorites too. And Down to the Waterline is a great opening with a great, really upbeat guitar riff there. And the thing about Straits was, you know, Knopfler's playing local pubs with his brother and Pick Withers and John on bass, and he was teaching. He was worked at newspaper, journalism, and, you know, always played his music on the side. And Sultans of Swing was recorded, but really wasn't a big hit till some local DJ played it, and it just took off after that. Hard to imagine with that great guitar solo. I'll do the 5 best Mark Knopfler guitar solos. You'd be surprised where I put Sultans of Swing, because Knopfler is amazing. Coming in at number 4 is Brothers in Arms. I apologize. I looked all around for the actual CD, and I have an extensive collection here, so I couldn't find it. I might only have it on vinyl. And the impact of this is, I believe it was the first million-selling compact disc. And of course, we talked about the title track, which with my military affiliations, I can only listen to it once a year. I listen on Memorial Day or Remembrance Day, and it's so touching. It's just one of the great songs of all time. And Money for Nothing, and the rest of the album. This is their best-selling album, by the way, and it's fabulous, as is all Straits. Number 3 is Communique, and I love Communique. I love Lady Rider. Lady Rider is one of my favorite songs by Dire Straits. It's the lyrics, the melody. I just love Lady Rider. This also has news on it too, right? Yeah, news. And I love news. I love the title track too. Critics kind of beat this record up a little bit, and I'm not sure why, because I really love Communique. I play Communique at least once a month on a weekend and get in the vibe of it. It's a great, great record. I put it in number 3. It's ahead of Brothers in Arms on my list. Number 2 is Making Movies. And of course, Making Movies has the big 3. The big 3 songs being Tunnel of Love. We mentioned Skate Away with the beautiful roller girl who tragically passed away way too young of cancer. And of course, Romeo and Juliet is the other big 3. One of the great rock and roll love songs that's really never mentioned. It's so romantic. It's so beautiful. I love that steel body guitar intro on Romeo and Juliet. The only bummer on Making Movies, I think, is the final track, Less Boys. And I know Knopfler's having a little fun with British humor and everything. And it actually has kind of a catchy sound to it. I just don't like the fact that I didn't think it fit with the rest of the record. Maybe the only one we're not talking about is Every Street Here, which was the 6th studio record. And after they disbanded and then came back, maybe that would have fit better on that record. I don't know. And they did have an EP. Straits had an EP, and it has Twisting by the Pool, which is a really cool song. I think it's featured on their greatest hits. I love that song. It's really unique. Number 1, far and away. In fact, I'm going to let something out, and this is in my top 5 records and recordings of all time, is Love Over Gold. And Telegraph Road is Mark Knopfler's masterpiece. His solo work has some great songs too, but Telegraph Road will change your life. I wrote a short story, which is included in one of my only greatest hits books, so to speak. And it's called In a Bar in Florida. And it's based loosely upon a nonfiction. I met a young lady at a bar in St. Petersburg, and she was wearing a Dire Straits t-shirt, and so was I. And I thought it was really unique because she was younger than me. Dinosaurs are younger than me. And I thought, wow, she couldn't have been a product of the 80s. Maybe she was, I don't know. And she waved to me and came over and talked, and we shared a couple beers, and she was a huge Straits fan from a boyfriend, an older boyfriend, who older in age, introduced her to the band and how much she loved Telegraph Road. She really summed it up. And I used her quote, "It changed my life." What a song. What a song. And when I actively wrote music reviews, I classified Telegraph Road as progressive rock. And I took a lot of heat for that. It's a prog rock song. You watch the structure of it carefully, read the lyrics, listen to the structure, the chord progressions, everything, the ebb and flow. And Knopfler's the master of tempo, the master of bringing it up, bringing it down, bringing it up, bringing it down, almost like Close to the Edge with Yes, how the tempo changes. One of the great prog rock songs of all time, Close to the Edge by Yes, if not the greatest. But Telegraph Road, and now I've read some other critics that have agreed with me all these years later, and it is actually classified, as the whole record is, as a prog rock song. But that outro on Telegraph Road is just a thing of beauty. And as a writer, I love the fact that it tells the story. And it tells a unique story about this one piece of ground that becomes the Telegraph Road. And of course, Private Investigations, I have a soft spot for because I love Raymond Chandler and Philip Marlowe, the hard-boiled detective. I have my own hard-boiled detective character, Detective Odell. Private Investigations with that impactful percussion and bass. And the rest of the record, the title track, is fabulous too. It's a thing of beauty. 5 stars plus plus. And we always go 5 to 1, with 5 being really good and 1 being phantasmagorical. So there they are, rated the 5 best of Dire Straits studio recordings. Thanks for tuning in. You have your own 5 best. You can like the video, dislike it, whatever. I'm just a guy from Paterson, New Jersey. I really don't know too much. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.